In the quiet Ontario town of Queensville, the fall of 1984 turned dark with tragedy. Christine Jessop, a bright and spirited 9-year-old girl, vanished on October 3rd, sparking a frantic search and capturing national attention. Her body was discovered nearly 3 months later on December 31st in a wooded area over 50 kilometers away in Sunderland. She had been essayed and murdered, a crime that shocked and haunted Canada for decades. For years, the case stood as a symbol of lost innocence and justice denied. In 1995, a man named Guy Paul Morin, Christine's neighbor, was exonerated after spending more than a decade in prison for a crime he did not commit. His wrongful conviction exposed serious flaws in the Canadian justice system, from tunnel vision in police work to unreliable forensic evidence. But it wasn't until October 2020, 36 years after Christine's murder, that the real killer was finally identified. The breakthrough came from advances in DNA technology and the perseverance of investigators who refused to let the case go cold. In 2001, DNA evidence had already proven that Morin was not the killer, but the identity of Christine's real murderer remained elusive until investigators turned to genetic genealogy, a technique that had only recently come to prominence. Using DNA collected from the original crime scene, detectives worked with experts to compare genetic material against online ancestry databases. This led them to a new suspect, Calvin Hoover, a 28-year-old man at the time of Christine's death, who was known to her family. Hoover was a friend of Christine's parents, and his proximity to the family was deeply unsettling in light of what was later discovered. Hoover had never been considered a suspect during the initial investigation, but the DNA match was definitive. In a twist of fate, however, Hoover could not be brought to justice. He died by himself in 2015. While this robbed Christine's family of a trial, it finally brought clarity and closure after decades of pain and unanswered questions. At a press conference in 2020, Toronto police officially announced Hoover as Christine Jessop's unaliver. Christine was a victim of a crime. Guy Paul Morin was a victim of a miscarriage of justice, said Toronto Police Chief James Raymer. We apologize to Christine's family and to Mr. Morin and his family for the devastating impact this miscarriage of justice has had on their lives. The Jessop case helped reshape Canadian criminal law. The wrongful conviction of Guy Paul Morin led to the Kaufman Commission of Inquiry in 1996, which produced recommendations that changed how evidence is collected and handled in Canada. It also sparked broader conversations about forensic science, prosecutorial responsibility, and the dangers of confirmation bias. Christine Jessop's memory endures not only as a heartbreaking story of a young life stolen, but also as a catalyst for meaningful reform. Her case, long unsolved, is a testament to the power of perseverance, the evolution of forensic science, and the enduring pursuit of truth, even if justice comes too late for a courtroom. If you or someone you know has information about a cold case, contact your local police department or Crime Stoppers. The smallest detail could bring peace to a family waiting for answers.